Welcome to Pink Villa Tech, guys. This is Aurelius here, and today we're going to be reviewing
This is not a review video, Ari.
What do you mean? What is it?
This is a throwback video.
Hey, yaar, when did this happen? Let me speak to Ankit about this. Is he in office?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. I don't know what was all that about, but welcome to Pink Villa Tech, guys. Today is the first episode of Tech Throwback Thursdays. Yes, it's a mouthful, we're working on it, but we're going to be talking about all the technology that has impacted us in the past, the evolution that is affecting us in the present, and the newer changes that will impact our lives in the future. There is so much to read about iPhones, even if it's a one small segment that we have picked up from Apple's ecosystem. And since they launched their first iPhone in 2007, they have revolutionized what a mobile phone is. Like Steve Jobs rightly said when he launched the phone, they have reinvented the phone. And why not? It was not the first mobile phone. They had cell phones back then. It was not the first touchscreen phone. But the first iPhone that Apple launched was faster than anything else in the market at that point in time. And that was one of the first phones to feature multi-touch input. So I could use my two fingers to pinch to zoom, while on the other phones, on other touchscreen phones, I was double tapping to zoom in. I mean, yeah, it felt neat at that point in time until Apple came out with pinch to zoom and changed everything. They have been making those small subtle changes and which have trickled down to other manufacturers, and what we see as a phone today is a byproduct of all those changes Apple brought about then. Like the first mouse interface that Apple launched for their Mac computers, that too revolutionized how we interacted with our computers, but that's something that we can discuss for another video. I have managed to get some cell phones. They're not really from Apple directly. There are some I own, there are some that my friends around here own, and we've just tried to get our hands on as many phones as possible. They're not many, but let me just put them out here for you guys to see. The first phone that we have is the iPhone 5s. I would have loved to have the iPhone 3G as well. That was the first 3G compatible iPhone back then, but nobody seems to have one on them right now. The other is the iPhone 6. That too is a great phone. I already have a crack here on the screen, so if you can see it. But yeah, it's seen a good fair share of its days and it's been a good support. We have the iPhone 11 and the current generation iPhone 12 Pro. When the first phone was launched in 2007, most of the phones till iPhone 4 came with a plastic body. iPhone 4 was the first to feature an overall steel frame with glass on front and back. In terms of design, that was a great innovation at that point in time. But then it changed on the iPhone 5s and the 5 series. The only difference between the 5 and the 5s was the inbuilt fingerprint sensor in the center. By the way, just a thing, I bought this phone when the 6 was already into the market. It's a stupid decision, but I'm not repenting it even now. Apple built a fair amount of fan base with the iPhone 5s. We have a user here who's been using an iPhone 5s for the longest time before he migrated to another phone in Apple, of course. So let's just quickly ask him. Hey, Nitesh.
Yeah, are we done?
No, bro. I just want to ask. You were using an iPhone 5s for the longest time, bro.
Yeah.
Why did you switch to iPhone 5s? Or why purchase this phone?
So firstly, I was an Android user. So I desperately wanted to switch to Apple. And at that time, this phone was I was really impressed with the design. It's really
Very fairly compact.
Yeah. And they had introduced the feature, the finger touch feature.
Yeah, fingerprint sensor in the home button was the first to come in the iPhone 5s.
Yeah. So it's like from 2014 till today, I fell in love with Apple and I'm using it.
That's how Apple has been building up a fan base, just like Nitesh here. And the consumer base or the fan base in such case as Nitesh has always been growing from the iPhone 5s. We have the 6 here, the first phone from the Apple which introduced 3D touch, and it's seen its fair share in terms of usage, it's still functional, but they moved from the conventional square design to rounded edges, rounded front glass, which you can see was one of the drawbacks of this phone, is because you could easily damage the screen. But then it was neat. It was neat in terms of the display size. The display bump that we got from Apple was great. I don't unfortunately have an iPhone X or iPhone 10 to show you guys. I was happy to see that Apple had moved from that conventional button system to a full display phone. And the first time when they introduced the dot sensor or the iris sensor, which would capture your face, and that would act as a security measure to open or unlock your phone. It revolutionized how we would interact with our phones. And with the 3D emojis that we could then use to send each other messages, that was a game changer. Let's move away from the past and talk about what's present. What are the current features and mobile technology that Apple is currently offering us consumers in the market? So again, just to revise, this has been the iPhone 5S, this has been the 6, this is the 11, and let's talk about the present, which is the iPhone 12 series. Speaking about the iPhone 12 series, this is by far my favorite of the series, not only because of the technology that the phone packs, but I like the fact that they've gone back to the design language of the iPhone 4. It was one of my favorite phones as compared to the 5 as well, but this is a very neat looking phone from all the iPhones so far. Yes, we still do have the iris scanner up here, but then maybe that's going to be changing in the upcoming phones. But I love the cameras on this. Apple has managed to squeeze out all that performance from 12 megapixel sensors on all 4 lenses, 3 for the rear and 1 single sensor at the front. And they have some amazing outputs. I started enjoying the 12 series experience more when Apple introduced the AirPods Pro. These came with the ultra-wideband chip, which made it possible to have spatial audio, and that's one of the most groundbreaking features when it comes to audio listening experience on the Apple iPhone. Yes, you do get this feature on some recently launched earphones from third parties, but there is no one who can do it better than the AirPods Pro. They have active noise cancellation, and apart from that, the spatial audio just enhances the audio listening experience on your phone. Yes, they do have lossless, which is coming in the iOS 15 in the latest update, which will be launched in a couple of months. Unfortunately for us consumers, the current generation of Bluetooth devices, even the recently launched AirPods Max, will not support lossless audio. That's yet to see if maybe the new launches that we see for the iPhone 13 or the 14, we might just get some accessory which might support lossless audio, which Apple is going to be offering with the iOS 15 launching in a couple of months. But the other added thing which I love, which Apple introduced, was the AirTags. The AirTags are the cheapest accessories that are available in Apple's ecosystem. Yes, there are other manufacturers who do provide trackers, but there is nothing that can fit in well with Apple's ecosystem than their own products. The AirTags come with their own inbuilt ultra-wideband chip, because of which it's easy for you to track these chips when they are around or in the vicinity of your iPhone. We'll give you a quick demo of how that looks, and that's my favorite feature by far. You can put this on your bag, on your keys, or even on your pets. If you have a cat, if it's hiding somewhere in a corner you don't know, it's easy to track them. And let me just quickly unbox it. Here it is. I'm in love with this. There are multiple places where I feel this can be used to track. And if you're worried about security, no. Apple has been improving the security in terms of what if somebody just plants this on you? Will they be able to track you? No. When your phone detects that there's an AirTag in the vicinity, it informs you. So if there is somebody who has left it accidentally on you, or maybe has planted it on you, you will be notified about it. So don't worry about your privacy, or if there's somebody going to be tracking you. That's all taken care of. Apple has given us a lot in this present time in this segment, from a great phone to spatial audio to lossless audio that's coming to us, and this small little guy here, AirTag, to keep tag of things as well. But if you put all of this aside right now and we talk about the future, what do we expect? Yeah, as per the leaks, we are getting better sensors, larger sensors on the iPhone 13 or 14 or 21. We don't know, we'll just wait to see what iPhone's gonna call it. We're gonna have a LTPO display or a 20 Hertz refresh rate display, which is great. They've had that technology for a long time, but being Apple, unless they have perfected it, they're not gonna implement it. So let's see, maybe that's something that we might have. There is quite a fair chance that we might lose the lightning port, because if you've seen the trend that Apple follows, they introduced the AirPods and there was no 3mm jack post that. They have introduced MagSafe chargers. Maybe we might just lose the lightning port. There is some technology that they will bring, of course, but that's how Apple has been. They eliminate things, but they give us an option. We do take some time to adapt to it, but eventually that sets to be the industry standard then. And in the next 2 months, all the speculations, theories, and the rumors that have been floating around on the internet will be settled down the moment they launch the phone. We will have the phone here for you guys to experience with us. And if you have liked this video, give us a thumbs up so that we know that we guys are making some good content out here. And if you want to keep a follow with us, do subscribe. And if you want to receive a notification of every time we go ahead and make a video live or upload a new video, click on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on what we guys are doing. This has been Aurelius signing off from Pingular Tech. See you guys soon.